if you want to teach your little ones about mindfulness and maybe introduce them even just the act of patience and noticing things. Invite them to spend 10 minutes eating one raisin. That's right, 10 minutes, one raisin. It is an amazing experience. One that I was first introduced to on my first ever forest therapy experience, and that was over 8 years ago. I don't often carry raisins, but yeah, I brought one with me. So, the first time I saw this, I was absolutely blown away because not only did the forest therapy guide have raisins for everyone, but not everyone loves raisins. And that's okay. So they also had some currants and some craisins just as alternatives, but everyone went with the raisins. Very easy group to work with. So step one, have your participant try this yourself, please. So maybe I'll just talk to you. Just spend some time with your raisin. Just look at it to the point where you spend so much time looking at your raisin, rolling it over, that after a while you will be able to assign a top, a bottom, a left, a right, a front, a back. And I'm an artist at heart, so I have no doubt that after a couple moments, I could do a sketch. That's right. Get my stump, my eraser, my charcoals, and I could do quite the illustration. Maybe not even to scale, but you would want to get to know what your raisin looks like to the point where you'd be so confident in your raisin's particular features that if we were to take that raisin, put it back in the bag, could you find your raisin again? Yeah, that's right. That's how well you should know your raisin. All right, here we go. Now that you have the raisin, and without a doubt, you've assigned it front and back, a top and a bottom, a left and a right, and intimate with all of its little creases, the little shade differences in its coloration. Simple instruction next. Put it in your mouth, top of your tongue, nothing else. So, there it is. Now, with our eyes being our most dominant sense. Yeah, the rest of this video is going to sound funny. Sorry. Using your tongue, rolling that raisin around. Can you, with the whole raisin, imagining the features as you study them, can you find your raisin's top, bottom, left, right, front, back? Can you imagine those colors, those shades, those creases as you roll it around? Spend some time with that. This is still the whole raisin, by the way. So, you're not even thinking about taste yet. It's pretty dry, but it's got shape, it's got texture. Try not to change any of that as you're becoming more familiar, a little more intimate with this raisin. So, you've got a good idea now. You have no doubt where the front, the back, the left, the right, the top and bottom of your raisin are. Slowly bring that raisin to the front between your upper and lower front teeth. Bite your raisin perfectly in half. Now, little chipmunk, keep one half on your tongue. I want you to stash or stow the other half of that raisin in your cheek. That's what chipmunks do. Now, go through that exercise again. Just navigating one half of that raisin. What half do you have? You have the top, the bottom, the front, the back, the left side, the right side. How familiar are you with that raisin? How confident are you that you could imagine seeing with your mind's eye? What's that color like in the center without looking at it? What would that be like? All right. Now you've got a pretty good idea, after using your tongue for a while, about that raisin. Go ahead and stow that half raisin you've been exploring with your tongue on the other side of your mouth. And bring forward the cached half raisin from earlier. Explore that. Well, there you go. Now, if I had the top left half, this must be the lower right back. Yeah, I'm exploring that. Okay. Shape's a little different, but I can definitely imagine, based on the creases, the size, the shape, the little differences between the first half that I was exploring and the second half. All right. Well, there we go. So, now that you think you could confidently draw, doodle, imagine, if you will, the second half of your raisin, go ahead and put that second half back where it was. Bring back that first half. That's right. Bring it forward. Bite that half in half. We're about 3 minutes in, by the way. By now, should be some flavors. Now you've got basically a quarter of a raisin in your mouth. Start to roll that around. What have I got now? Front, back, left, right. Yeah. What parts are missing? There's more fleshy bits than skin at this point. That's interesting. Starting to get a few more flavors. All right. So, little chipmunk, stow that part away. See if you can now find the other quarter. The twin to that piece you just had in your mouth. Bring that one forward. Start rolling that around. Does that fit the puzzle? Does that help complete the half raisin experience from earlier? I've had a quarter. This is the other quarter. Does that make sense? Can you feel that? Again, the shape, size, texture is different because there's more fleshy bits than raisin skin at this point. That's neat. All right, little chipmunk. Stow that quarter away. Bring forth the second half. Right. Bite that in half again. So now you have the third and fourth quarter. Half and half of the second half of your raisin. Stow 1/2 of that away. So now you've got another quarter, the third quarter of your raisin. Which part of my raisin is that from? Left, right, top, bottom, forward, back. Starting to notice those flavors again. Yeah, a little less skin, a little more fleshy bits. But what an interesting exercise. All right, little chipmunks, go ahead and stow that and bring forth a final quarter of your raisin. Well, if your raisin's anything like mine, there's not much texture left. It's mostly just fleshy bits. That's okay. Flavors are becoming a little more predominant. That's neat. So, final activity, bring all 4 quarters of your raisin back in front. Just sort of mash them around in the front, sort of juice it up a little bit. Now, I was one of those kids that went to school with like the little red box of sun-kissed raisins. I mean, you get one finger scoop in there and you're trying to eat the whole thing at once. If you're lucky, you got all the raisins in one scoop. Hardly a mouthful. Not even fair. Might have a couple drags kicking on the bottom, stuck in a corner. But yeah, you'd eat all those raisins. Someone puts a raisin in my butter tart, I'm having a bad day. Well, I'm still eating the butter tart. I'm just judging you for it. So, not everyone loves raisins, but this is an amazing exercise. Try it with a dried blueberry. Try it with a currant. Try it with a cranberry. But the act of restraint, the act of control, the act of exploration, the act of imagination, description, and the flavors in the experience And when you do that early on in a sensory experience, and then continue the rest of a forest therapy or a nature connection experience with that mindset, explore everything in that much detail. Front, back, left, right, all right? In detail. Can you imagine it? All right? It's a little harder in nature to explore the sense of taste unless you are very well versed in the edible wilds and the non-edibles, especially in your area. Yeah. Our raisins never tasted so good. And that was just one raisin. Took forever. Please, give that a try. Really immerse yourself in the experience of exploring the wonderful raisin. Share that with others. And if you've got little ones, if you're a parent or a grandparent, steal a neighbor kid if you need to. That's right. Invite them to take a mindful minute with a raisin. A mindful 10. All right. Hope you enjoyed that small exercise in connecting with our sense of taste. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Go outside. Eat a raisin or a craisin. Thanks for watching. Bye.